Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We have been reporting on the federal lawsuit known as Rebecca Scofield versus Ashley Guillard, which has been proceeding in federal court since December 21st, 2022. We've referred to it as the Idaho4 Defamation case because of its close association on many levels with the state of Idaho versus Brian C. Koberger case. And we have an extensive back catalog going over the filings, directing where you can find the filings on the federal docket, and more. We wanted to provide you with a further update on this matter. The plaintiff, Rebecca Scofield, had filed back on October 9th a motion for the entry of a protective order, protecting her from having certain financial and personal information made public in this lawsuit. She explains that yes, while the general rule is that the public is permitted access to litigation documents and information produced during discovery, which is when evidence is exchanged, there are certain exceptions. And she goes through the analysis of what they are and why they should be applied in her pursuit for this protective order in this specific case over the course of this filing. Now, Ms. Guillard, as the defense, is entitled to, per her due process privileges, be heard on this matter in the filing of a response. A lot of times it's a response in opposition if the other side opposes, does not agree with the relief sought. Ms. Guillard had up until October 30th to file said response. And according to the court docket, there was nothing filed October 30th, which was this past Thursday. There was nothing filed a day late on the 31st of October, which was Friday. The next opportunity that Ms. Guillard would have, if she intends to file something responding to this motion for protective order, would be tomorrow, November 3rd, several days now from the deadline. This is a series of deadlines that have, unfortunately, come and gone for the defense since the court entered an order, as the court did back in the summer, directing that certain specific matters related to the forthcoming trial, which is set to occur in February in federal court, Boise, Idaho, items such as proposed jury instructions, such as any trial briefs, such as anything related to jury questionnaires proposed, such as motions in limine. All of the deadlines for these and other pretrial matters have come and gone, and the defense hasn't filed anything. Plaintiff, however, met all of these deadlines. The only item pretrial that the defense did file was back in September, and it was a motion seeking to strike the plaintiff's expert witnesses. The last filing that she filed having anything to do with the case was a reply to the opposition that plaintiff filed relative to that request to strike experts. Ms. Guillard has not been heard from, at least on the public docket, since September 23rd, the better part of a month and a half now, with this trial approaching very soon. There's another deadline on November 3rd, which is a deadline for Ms. Guillard, if she intends to file a response to a motion in limine that the plaintiff has filed. We are going to continue to monitor this situation and see if and when Ms. Guillard shows up in this case, files something in the case, and if and when that happens, we will, of course, advise you here. And until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.